It looks like the fighting in Ukraine is coming to its climax. Against the background of the failed counteroffensive of the Ukrainian armed forces and heavy losses in manpower of the Ukrainian army, Russian troops continue to massively destroy Western heavy equipment. According to the Russian military department, since February 2022, Russian troops have managed to destroy about 7,000 units of Western and Ukrainian artillery systems, including NATO self-propelled artillery installations. Moreover, the Russian army also managed to destroy more than 15,000 tanks, infantry fighting vehicles, and armored personnel carriers. Meanwhile, German experts from the magazine Der Spiegel admitted in their article that the Ukrainian army is significantly losing to the Russian troops in artillery duels. According to them, the artillery systems of the Russian troops are much superior to their NATO counterparts in the armed forces of Ukraine. Moreover, unlike the armed forces of Ukraine, Russian troops do not have problems with the supply of shells and fuel for these self-propelled artillery installations. Experts also noted the fact that this conflict has shown the unsuitability of many Western weapons systems to conduct active hostilities. For example, the German Panzerhaubitze 2000 self-propelled artillery installations were not prepared for active combat operations. During artillery duels, German self-propelled guns could not withstand active firing. Gun barrels of these self-propelled installations were greatly overheated and deformed, which even led to explosions inside the turrets. As a result, the armed forces of Ukraine refused to use these German self-propelled guns in many sectors of the front. German experts also highlighted the weakest side of the armed forces of Ukraine. According to them, the presence of various types of Western weapons in the armed forces of Ukraine makes the Ukrainian army only weaker, since Ukrainians are not able to provide these weapons systems with proper maintenance. All this leads to the fact that Ukrainians are forced to send heavy equipment back to Western countries for repair, even in cases of minor malfunctions. Moreover, the ability of the Russian army to effectively destroy tanks and artillery systems of the armed forces of Ukraine led to the fact that the Ukrainian army lost its most valuable officer cadres. There are fewer and fewer Ukrainian tankers, combat pilots, and artillery system operators. All this forced the Western military command to send more and more NATO soldiers and officers to Ukraine. Moreover, American experts from Military Watch magazine directly stated that thanks to the Russian anti-tank missile complex Kornet, the armed forces of Ukraine lost not only the best Western tanks and infantry fighting vehicles, but also almost the entire cadre of experienced officers. According to experts, at the moment, there are practically no officers left in Ukraine who can control tanks, fighter jets, artillery, and air defense systems. The fact that not only active soldiers but also officers of NATO countries are fighting in the ranks of the armed forces of Ukraine brings this conflict closer to an escalation on a global scale. American experts from Military Watch magazine are confident that the number of NATO officers and soldiers will only grow in Ukraine due to the obvious failures of the armed forces of Ukraine on the battlefield. And all this may lead to the beginning of the Third World War. The seriousness of the situation is also indicated by the recent capture of German officers, who were operating a Leopard 2 tank, in the Zaporizhzhia direction. Let me remind you that a few days ago, Russian war correspondents announced that Spetsnaz, with the help of the anti-tank missile complex Kornet, managed to destroy a German Leopard tank, behind enemy lines. Moreover, the Russian Spetsnaz also managed to capture the crew of the destroyed tank. During the capture, one of the crew members held his hands up, and said that he was a German citizen and an active officer of the Bundeswehr. As it turned out, the crew of the German tank consisted of active German officers. Later, 3 German officers died of their wounds. Only the mechanic driver of the tank, who is currently in Russian captivity, remained alive.